Hello everybody, my name is the Two Faced Jester, and today we are reacting to I Solved Fnaf Security Breach, the final. So we've already seen part 2. I've already seen part 1, but I didn't record it. In part 2, we learned how the puppet may be patient 47, 48, I forgot what it was. Patient something, and she was doing it against the will because there was a little version for that William made. At least that's what I remember from it. And the reason William escaped hell was because he was able to get rid of Puppet with that and get Kathy stuck in the game. In the first one, we learned how Vanny is probably the person in the area in the Sun's secret room, due to all the details like the glass and the broom indicating the little cleanup she did for Music Man, and also the little thumb torture device in her room that she said she ordered or she knows about. And yeah, I'm really interested to see what FuNaff, I think that's how you say his name, has in store for us this time, because he's got in 2 very interesting theories. Like, the first one was really good. The second one is still debatable, but I could see why, and I understand it, and I feel like that is a very good theory. This one I'm really interested, and I'm really hoping he has a good one, because I really want to see something I haven't. It's very fun to see things that I probably could have found out, but I probably didn't because I'm too dumb. Anyways, let's start with this. 3, 2, 1, go.
In this video, I'm going to show you who the Tapegirl from FNAF VR is, some more proof for why I think Patient 46 is the Charlie bot, and finally, I'm going to show—
I think I need nope, it's good, but let's just do that just in case. Anyways, let's go.
Show you how the current story we're trying to figure out is the story Scott has had planned since 2016. And although this is the finale of this series, I'm not going to stop making theories, so make sure to like and subscribe. Yeah. Let's get started. First, let me explain how the story of Help Wanted and Security Breach has been planned since 2016. To do this, I need to take you all the way back to May of 2016 when FNAF World Update 2 was released. Update 2 of FNAF World was supposed to be Scott's way of trying to revive the game and poke fun at the mistakes he made from when the original game was released. Update 2 came with very positive reviews, with people loving the new mini-games that Scott implemented. But what if I told you that Update 2 of FNAF World was a preview of the current story we're trying to figure out?
Let me explain.
Back in November of 2018, Scott Cawthon made a post on Steam detailing all of the projects he's currently working on. This included a game called FNAF Into Madness.
Yeah, I saw about that. I saw that.
Game has been in the back of my mind. What happened to it? Did Scott just scrap it? When describing the game, Scott said it would be a compilation of several previous gameplay ideas in the same vein as Update 2 of FNAF World. So what were the gameplay ideas shown in Update 2? Well, Adventure Fredbear explains that a developer has gone insane and is recycling some of the characters' codes for spin-off games. Basically scanning the code of the characters into the mini-games that the developer created.
Like in FNAF VR.
Literally the plot of Help Wanted and the
they said they scanned the circuit boards.
Solve. But it goes further. In Update 2, it's our job to help free the characters whose code was recycled for the mini-games. We can do this by beating each of the mini-games they're attached to. This almost exactly mirrors the Princess Quest arcade machines in Security Breach. In order to free Vanessa and likely Cassidy, although that's not confirmed yet, we need to complete all 3 of the Princess Quest arcade machines. But it goes even further. Most of these mini-games are funny and lighthearted, except for one, Foxy.exe. Once you enter Foxy.exe, you're met with a makeshift Windows screen. You see 2 things on this screen: a picture of one tree on top of a hill and an icon titled Foxy.exe. Once you double-click this icon, the home screen turns red with blood dripping down from the top. You're then placed into a mini-game with Withered Foxy in the background. The goal is to basically keep walking until the level ends. Each of the 3 levels has a different render of Withered Foxy in the background and a different phrase being repeated over and over again. The first one is, "Listen to my voice and you will find the key."
Listen to my voice and you will find the key.
The second one is, "When you can see, how fast can you flee?"
When you can see, how fast can you flee?
I recognize that one.
The third phrase is, "Be sure your step through the heart of madness.
Be sure your step through the heart of madness.
Into madness. And what
Yeah.
character do you unlock when you beat Foxy.exe? Nightmare Yon.
Oh, Nightmare Yon.
Foxy.exe was Scott testing out the idea of a character breaking the fourth wall and inserting themselves into the real world by driving the player into madness. There's also one attack that only Nightmare Yon and Scott himself can use in Update 2, the fourth wall. What if Foxy.exe represents the idea of Afton turning the Charlie bot into his own? I think this could be supported by the sticky notes we find in Security Breach. Foxy.exe is extremely random with its mechanics. The first level is just you walking with no interruptions. The second round has Withered Freddy popping up at random, causing you to stop so you don't run into him. The third level is the most obscure of them all. In this level, you have to hide from an image of a cat gliding across the screen. Hide, no hide. Never mind that there's a drawing of a cat and a dog mixed with this part of the Immortal and the Restless TV show.
He ate the cat!
This is if you believe the kid in the TV show is actually the Charlie bot, which is definitely debatable. I believe that FNAF VR is Foxy.exe modernized. In Foxy.exe, Nightmare Yon's code breaks the fourth wall by taking you to someone's home screen of their PC to play a game that slowly drives them into madness. In FNAF VR, you are also literally playing a game inside of a game that slowly drives you into madness and into the control of Glitchtrap. But this time, Vanessa is the victim. Listen to my voice and you will find the key directly mirrors the conversation on scottgames.com.
Follow my voice. I will. Yeah.
Focus on my voice. I will. That also directly references the Curse of Dreadbear DLC, where we have to find the key in order to unlock the Vanny mask in the cellar. Update 2 takes place in a Halloween update, and so does the Curse of Dreadbear. I mean, look at the trailer for FNAF World versus the trailer for Security Breach.
No, the same exact thing. Going into one to eyes.
In the post where Scott announces FNAF Into Madness, he explains that there's a lot of stuff he's working on that will probably be released in 2019, including new games and new books. I believe that the stuff being planned back then was the story we're currently trying to solve. The games and the Silverized trilogy were being made simultaneously into one broad story that revolves around the ideas he had in Update 2 of FNAF World. The games we are currently playing are FNAF Into Madness. Need more proof? The BB World minigame is one of the biggest mysteries of FNAF's Security Breach because it seems so disconnected from the rest of the arcade machines. In the minigame, in order to get the secret ending, you need to touch the purple glitch and stay on the path. The main goal is to keep going until the path fades away, leaving you alone in the center of the screen with Sun's face towering over you. Does that sound familiar? Because that's exactly what happens in Foxy.exe. The goal is to keep going until the path disappears and you're left alone in the center of the screen with Foxy's face towering over you. GB Or Recharged on Reddit back in January actually discovered that the BB World game was labeled under a different name in the game files. What was it labeled as? Scott Into Madness. The symbolism of Nightmare Yon has been appearing for 6 years at this point. To me, Nightmare Yon resembles the darker version of the puppet, aka the Charlie bot that Afton stole and made his own. The idea that Scott has been planning this story, and especially the Charlie bot, since 2016 sounds insane, or does it? The Silverized novel actually came out 6 months before FNAF World Update 2, and it was in this novel that Scott began dropping hints that Charlie is a robot. And it was this novel that began the story that would end with an evil version of Charlie that Afton stole being the main antagonist. But if that was the big plot twist of the books, what was the big plot twist of the FNAF World Update 2? Well, at the end of the game, it's revealed that the big boss is actually Chica's magic rainbow. And what do we see hanging on the wall of Charlie's bedroom in the books? Chica's magic rainbow. The canonicity of FNAF World has been a big topic of debate for a really long time.
People have been saying it's not canon. Some people are saying it is.
And that's fair. But after presenting all of this evidence, I think it's fair to say that Update 2 meant a lot to Scott, since he literally said that he planned on making Into Madness based on the ideas he implemented in that game. In this section of the video, I'm going to explain why I think Patient 46 is actually the Tapegirl from FNAF VR. In FNAF VR, Tapegirl tells us that Glitchtrap has attached himself to the tapes she's made.
It seems that it's attached itself to these logs.
And that in order to get rid of him, she had to break the tapes up and scatter them throughout the game.
Like,
I
and
effectively
we find
broke
them,
the
yeah.
files into pieces and broke the anomaly along with it.
She warns us that we shouldn't collect all of them because reassembling them might
Well,
also reassemble Glitchtrap.
I
Yeah.
fear that finding them and
The same thing
reassembling
that
them will also reassemble the very thing I've tried so desperately to destroy.
But
Okay.
towards the end of the tapes, she starts to switch up, telling us that there's
Yes.
actually a way to kill Glitchtrap by collecting all of the tapes and letting it merge with us.
Yeah,
You
that's
have to
not
let
that's
the
not
beginning
happening.
process of leaving through you.
Oh, I would never do
Never a
that.
good ending to that
I would
game.
never do that.
We were tricked, manipulated by Tapegirl to fall under Afton's control. Tapegirl started as the victim, but ended up being the one doing the manipulating.
Well, the texts say it looked to them like it was an attempt to manipulate you. I get something different out of them. I don't think you're being manipulated here. I think you're the one doing the manipulating.
This theory directly lines up with the emails from FNAF AR. In the emails, it's revealed that someone scanned a circuit board from a vintage animatronic into their system, creating a glitch. I believe this to be the FNAF VR team. They try to reach out to James Campbell, but he never responds. Like I said in part 1, eventually someone does respond. But I actually no longer believe this to be Vanessa. I think this is Tapegirl. Tapegirl then isolates the glitch to one area, aka the tapes. Quote, VA's got the virus.
Wait a minute.
They actually no longer believe
Okay, never mind.
Not sure why they're letting it linger in one spot rather than just wiping it out, but whatever. It's off our systems.
It's off our
under
systems?
the radar.
I had to hide these logs away from the core gameplay file.
Then the events of
Oh,
FNAF
yeah.
VR happen. Vanessa falls for Tapegirl's trap and is now a vessel for Glitchtrap.
Yeah, for
the
that-
VR team
yeah,
then celebrates that the glitch is now
Gone.
gone. Quote, guys, we're officially clear. The virus is 100% out of the system.
Yeah,
but
now
the
it's-
virus wasn't fully gone. It
Yeah.
shifted to Vanessa.
Vanessa, yeah.
The texts were trying to reprogram the system to remove the glitch. The source of the glitch shifted.
You could say that if the glitch shifted into Vanessa's consciousness, it stopped being a glitch.
What I understand is that the glitch stopped being a glitch.
And if the glitch, aka William Afton, created the Charlie bot, then the Charlie bot, aka Tapegirl, was trying to create another version of what the glitch originally created in Vanessa.
And
Huh.
turned into an intentional set of subroutines that were aimed at creating the same thing the glitch created.
And if these subroutines
Ew.
were intentional by Tapegirl, they must have come from her.
Those subroutines seem to have come from you.
In the retro CDs, the therapist believes that patient 46 is being manipulated, but towards the end, they realize that patient 46
Is
was
the one doing the manipulating,
manipulation.
yeah.
This is the same order of events that happens in the tapes in FNAF VR. Patient 46 and Tapegirl are the same person, who I believe is the evil Charlie bot. Need more proof? In the retro CDs, patient 46 and Vanessa take an inkblot test, and when 46 sees the inkblot test, she immediately thinks of a mask.
You think it's a mask?
A mask.
It reminds you of a mask?
Now, why would she connect the ink blots to a mask?
There was something that looked like a Halloween mask laying on
Oh.
the floor. I couldn't see his face. He had the visor.
Yeah,
covered.
yeah.
He had ink spilled on himself as well.
That's
The
not.
CDs take
Yeah.
place right
but-
as Vanessa is in the final stage of merging with Glitchtrap. Vanessa makes the costume that she was told to make,
Yes, I have it. I made it myself.
You purchased some fake fur material. What are you gonna make?
then 46 hacks into Fazbear Entertainment's system to get Vanessa hired as the head security guard, even though she has no prior
experience.
qualifications.
I'm needed somewhere else now. Thank you.
This then leads into what I explained in my last video. Vanessa then uses Freddy to clear the path down to the blob and traps Charlie's soul in the evil Charlie bot. Elizabeth's soul merges with Vanessa, and Michael's soul merges with Glamrock Freddy. The
And
Charlie
Cassidy
bot is then thrown
may
into
be
sticky
in the
bomb
arcade
where
machine.
Charlie's soul starts to gain consciousness. This is my rough timeline of events as far as the retro CDs go. Like I said in my last video, it's borderline impossible to figure out how and when some of these things happen.
Yeah.
The biggest mystery for me right now is how Vanessa in the CDs has the trauma and memories of Elizabeth before she even gets transferred to the mall where Elizabeth's soul resides. In the books, the rebuilt versions of Charlie still retain her memories. So is Vanessa a rebuilt version of Elizabeth? Maybe that's why she still has the memories of Elizabeth before she even gets to the Pizzaplex.
Hey.
We also see in the background of Vanny's boss battle
Oh,
in
that's-
Fury's Rage,
yeah, that's
Eleanor,
Sox-
the variation
Sox
of
baby, I don't know,
version
whatever you
of
wanna call it.
Elizabeth. But I don't know. I think for this chunk of the story, that's as far as I can go until we get more information. Something I should have elaborated on more in part 2 was how the beginning of the second ever trailer of Security Breach aligns with the theory that I'm trying to set up. In the trailer, we hear Afton saying the words, "When I first found you, you were nothing, you were small, pathetic, but now you're more. Are you ready?" I connected this to how I think Afton found the young Charlie bot that Henry discarded and made it into his own. But I actually cut the part of the video where I explain why I think the Vanny mask is on screen. Like I said in part 2, I think the Charlie bot has been working for Afton this whole time, and also has helped manipulate Vanessa to get her under Glitchtrap's control. I believe them showing the Vanny mask was a callback to Tapegirl and how Tapegirl helped manipulate Vanessa into falling into Afton's control. One thing I also cut from the last video was how later in the trailer we hear this.
You will do as I say. You will bring me what I want. And if you fail me, then you will.
Both of you born.
I used to be so confused by this line, but now I believe the both of you represents Vanny and the Charlie bot. Just like the big twist in the books and in Update 2, I think the big twist in the DLC is that the Charlie bot is going to be back. But there's one question. Why would the Charlie bot be in therapy? Well, the only connection I could find as far as animatronics going to therapy was this part of the books where Charlie and her friends admit that they used to talk to the animatronics at the pizzeria as a form of animatronic therapy. But now in the games, the roles are reversed. Charlie is now the robot talking to a human therapist. Next, let's talk about why I think Gregory is not a robot. In my last video, I brought up the idea of Gregory not being a robot or the crying child yet, and that he was actually chosen by Vanessa to be the crying child rebuilt. But I didn't bring up any evidence for specifically why I think he's not a robot. One of the biggest pieces of evidence for why Gregory is a robot is the fact that whenever Vanny gets near Gregory, his vision
starts to turn into like a real camera.
To try to prove that Vanny is using an illusion disc. The first time we see this happen is when Freddy is in the charging station after the daycare segment. But there's one important thing to point out. Freddy can't see Vanny, but Gregory can.
Yeah. Oh yeah, wait a minute.
If Vanny was using an illusion disc, there would be an illusion. She would look different. But instead, she looks exactly how she would look if she didn't have an illusion disc. My theory is that Vanny isn't using an illusion disc. In the Silver Eyes trilogy, Charlie invents an earpiece so that the animatronics she creates are able to see her and talk to her. She makes it clear that these earpieces emit a frequency that makes it so the animatronics can see you. But later on in the story, she's able to reverse engineer them so that if you wear the earpiece, you're invisible to the animatronics. This is what I believe Vanny is using. This is why the animatronics can't see her, but Gregory can. And the noise and effects that happens when Vanny gets near you is because of the frequency coming from the earpiece. This is also why Vanny doesn't appear blurry on camera in-game. Illusion discs usually make you look blurry on camera. The characteristics of an illusion disc just don't line up well enough with what we see in the game. If we can take the illusion discs from the book to try and explain who Patient 46 is, who says we can't take the earpieces too? And if Vanny is actually using Charlie's earpieces, this would make sense since the Charlie bot was on their side the whole time. Gregory being able to see Vanny combined with this clip.
I don't want to be crushed and twisted into a meat pretzel.
And also, if Gregory is the crying child rebuilt and is occupying the secret sticky note room where he's slowly remembering his past, why would he be more scared of the human than the animatronic that looks extremely similar to the animatronic that he was terrified of and that literally killed him? Also, the "I feel you are broken" line could just be a nod to how Gregory was chosen to be the crying child rebuilt. The line "you look different to me" after Freddy gets Roxy's eyes could very easily just be Freddy adjusting his new eyes.
This is interesting.
When you hop into Freddy after getting Roxy's eyes, none of the endos or animatronics glow or look different. You could chalk that up to Steelwell not wanting to make it too obvious, or them just straight up not being able to program that because it would be too demanding for people's hardware, but they were able to do it with all the presents. I don't know, that point is still up for debate in my opinion. If you've watched all 3 parts of this series, you've probably recognized that my opinions have constantly changed on some things. That's because I've spent the past 2 months researching every section of this franchise, and I'm continuing to find new things to this day. It's honestly wild to think that 8 years ago I was writing theories in my notes app of my iPod Touch, and now I get to say them all to you on this channel. I just wanted to say that I'm extremely grateful for this channel and all of you who watch my videos. Bye!
Okay, this is like... let me go back, one thing.
In this video...
Okay. What do I think about this theory? Okay. It's like... Okay. The theory is very good. No, yeah, it's very good. Makes sense also. Because if it was an the thing I'm very like very what's it called solid about is that illusion disc thing. Like how they won't using illusion disc, but instead using the earpiece. Because the illusion disc does in fact like make you blow away on camera, of course. But if we were able to see Vanny on the cameras, then clearly that it can't be an illusion disc. But if it's the earpiece that allows you to be invisible to animatronics only, then okay, that makes more sense. Why the animatronics can't see him and Gregory can, and he's human. Huh. Man. Also, what's it called? Charlie being the tape girl, and also being what's it called? Patient 46 is also interesting. Yeah, I like this theory. This is a good one. I was not disappointed. I don't think I'm ever disappointed in FuNaF when watching a series. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Go down below to the description and subscribe to this dude, FuNaF, because honestly, he has some good theories. And yeah, I think that is all. Bye.